Hello and welcome to Cooking with the Wooden Spoon. Today we are making another comfort food. It is ham and bean soup. I should call this, I won't be sharing this soup with Matt soup because this soup will be just for me. Main reason for that is because it has peas in it. I love peas. Matt is certainly not a fan of peas. So I'll be making a smaller portion of this soup and I won't be sharing it. And that's okay with me. One funny story that I just thought of, we were in the garden a few weeks ago and our little friend he's 3 and he was helping in the garden and he picked a pea. I showed him how to pick a pea pod and open it up, and he opened it up and he opened it up and took the pea out and handed one of the peas to Matt and said, "Here, Mr. Matt, here's a pea to eat." And of course, since it was for this sweet little boy, Matt couldn't refuse. So he actually ate the first pea that I've ever seen him eat, ever. So, except maybe if it was a mistake and there was one that he didn't get picked out. But anything that has peas in it, Matt is like the expert at picking out the peas. I don't know how he does it. Like, I'll make tuna noodle casserole with peas because I love peas, and he does not complain, but he just takes all of the peas out. It's quite a skill. So anyway, today we are making ham and bean soup, and it will have peas in it because I like peas, and potatoes because I like potatoes, and I have potatoes to use up because I made potato soup. I'm actually making potato soup for a different video, and I had too many potatoes, so I figured, you know what? I'll just make ham and potato soup as well. One thing that I usually do whenever I make a roast, whether it be a pork roast or a beef roast, I reserve the broth. So today our ham and potato soup will be made with pork broth from a roast that I made last week because I made pulled pork to take to Noah. That's one of his favorite things. He and Julia both really love pulled pork sandwiches. So we're going to get started on our soup that I won't be sharing. We will start with our mirepoix, which is a French term. A mirepoix is a base for a lot of soups and sauces, and basically it's just carrots and celery and onions. So we're going to start this in a soup pot with butter and cook those down until they are translucent. So let's move over to the stove. Okay, we are getting started with our mirepoix. Bo is a little upset because the mailman is here. So I'm going to put in our salt and pepper. I like a lot of pepper in my soup, and since this soup is just for me, I get to make it however I want, and less salt. So I think ham and parsley go really well together, so I went outside and I harvested some parsley from our little herb garden. I think it'll be pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cook this until the onions are no longer white and they are translucent. I'm going to make this more of a creamy soup. Typically, I've had ham and bean soup that doesn't have a creamy base. Actually, my friend Brenda makes the best ham and potato soup. I wish I could make it like she does. I don't even know what she does. It's like magic. So since I can't make soup like Brenda, I'm going to do it my way and see what we get. So what we will do is we'll just cook this for a little while and then come back to it. So we have our mirepoix looking really good. When I get to this point where things start to be translucent, when the onions start to be translucent, what I like to do is I like to actually put a lid on this and then turn the heat off and let it sit for about 15 minutes. That it steam cooks the veggies so that they don't brown. So we're going to go ahead and do that and meet back. So our mirepoix has cooked down for our ham and bean soup. We're adding a little bit of flour so that we can make a cream-based sauce that's going to be so good. It's been a long time since I've had any kind of ham and bean soup, so I'm pretty excited about it. We're also working on potato soup, which you can find in a different recipe on the channel. So we're stirring that as we make our ham and bean soup. Oftentimes when I cook multiple things at the same time. I figure though that it's probably a better idea for all of you to have one focused recipe. And also because I think as far as searching, I think it makes things a lot easier. So my goal is to have a pretty nice variety of recipes so that by the time I hopefully someday have grandkids, then my grandkids will be able to access all of these recipes and cook fun things. So next we are going to add our pork broth. So, oh, Alexa, stop. That is actually for my potato soup potatoes, but the potatoes are not ready yet. So I'm going to keep going. So anyway, so my pork broth, as I mentioned before, is frozen from a pork roast I had made. So I'm just going to put some of that in. Pork broth, I think, is super strong. So I may end up putting water with this. We'll see. We give it a taste test. I like to taste as I go anytime I cook anything. So we'll see what we get. It's really convenient to have things frozen and to be able to just pull them out. I find that that really does make life easier. Right now I'm working on freezing a bunch of meals that are in bags so that I can take them to Noah and Julia's, and after a long day of teaching, they can just pull the bags out of the freezer. So Noah is so sweet. Anytime he has something that I have made and frozen for him, he always tells me what they're having and if he's enjoying it. So it's pretty sweet. Definitely motivates me to keep making things for them. I wish there was a way to freeze this potato soup, and maybe I can. If you know if I can, feel free to put that in the comments. But Julia loves potato soup, so that would be really nice to save for her. I don't think she would be jumping up and down about ham and bean soup with peas in it. She and Matt have pretty much the same palate. And very similar personalities too. They're both so chill, which is a good balance to Noah and me. We aren't always chill about things. And that's okay. We're all different. So what I'm trying to do with the ham and bean soup is I'm trying to let it thicken a little bit. Okay, we are ready. Our next step is going to be putting bacon in. This is bacon that I had made previously and frozen. It's from some friends of ours. Pretty delicious. And then we're going to add our potatoes. So these are going to cook for probably about half of an hour before it's all said and done. I like to have the potatoes pretty almost, I guess, flaky might be a good word, where they start to pull apart whenever you bite into them. So we're going to go ahead and let this cook. And I'm cooking this soup on medium heat. I always cook soups on medium heat. So we're going to go ahead and let this cook for about a half an hour, and then we will come back together. A few more steps and this soup is done. We cooked the potatoes about 25 minutes, and I was afraid that the soup would scorch to the bottom of the pan. So much like I cook the mirepoix, I used the same method to finish cooking the potatoes. I just put the lid on and I walked away. Well, I took this off of the heat. Then I put the lid on, and then I walked away for about 15 or 20 minutes. And the potatoes are perfect. So our next step, we are going to put in a can of white beans. I really like cannellini beans. Any white bean would work. The beans make more protein. They're not necessary in the ham. You could do like a ham and potato soup. However, if you call it ham and bean soup, you might want to put the beans in. I caught myself on that one. But if you just wanted to do ham and potato, that would be fine too. So I'm going to put in diced ham. Whenever I buy one of these spiral hams, I typically just cut the whole thing up in little bite-sized pieces, and some of it I use immediately and the rest I just pop in the freezer so that when I'm doing soups like this, I can just use the ham. So we're going to add a little bit of milk to this too, just to make it creamy. So that's 1 cup. We'll see if we need more than 1 cup. I'm going to say yes. As this sits, it will continue to thicken. So I think I'm going to add the rest of this milk. This is just 2% milk. You could use cream. You could use whole milk. I've actually used a can of evaporated milk for this whenever I've been out of milk before. So use what you have. Next, more peas than Matt has eaten in his entire life. 1 cup of peas. You really can make this to taste. And then I'm adding some fresh parsley from my garden. I decided at the last minute that I kind of wanted to have, actually, you know what? I really should taste this first before I commit. But I think I might want, I have some aged Swiss cheese from Carvelli, which is a fantastic cheese store here. That's pretty good, but I think I'm going to add the aged Swiss. When this is a little bit warmer, I'll add the cheese and incorporate that. I just did 1.5 ounces of cheese, which I think will incorporate pretty well in here. Can't go wrong with cheese. So much goodness in this soup. Again, Matt won't think so, but I think it's going to be delicious. And by the time it has sat in the refrigerator overnight or over a couple of nights, it'll be even better. Since I'm the only one enjoying this, I think I'm going to take a little more of a taste. That's really good. It'll be even better with the Swiss. I like aged Swiss from Carvelli. You can put any Swiss in here. Actually, you could put any cheese you want. Mozzarella would taste good in this as well. I just did Swiss because I think ham and Swiss pair so well together. My trusty Pampered Chef Olive Garden type cheese grater. Had this thing since 1995 or 6. So more than a couple years. Oh, Mr. Bo appeared. What a surprise. In case you don't know, Mr. Bo loves cheese. Do you love cheese, Bo? Do you love cheese? Are you a good boy today? Are you helping us? Do you think I should give you just a little piece of cheese? I think since you are so cute, I will. I think I will. We're going to try our ham and bean soup. That is really good. I do not regret putting in the Swiss cheese. I think the Swiss cheese just gives it a depth of flavor. The peas are actually really good in here. Matt would disagree. He would say that I ruined the soup with the peas, but I really like it. I think it's fantastic. Wow. Yeah. Pretty good. We won't be enjoying this together with Matt on the back deck, but at least we got to test it together, you and me. I think it's really good. I'm going to go eat the rest of this bowl, and I won't have to share. I won't have to share any of this soup. I'm pretty excited about that. I hope you make it. It's pretty good.